Hi guys, if you are a follower of my videos and you watch them and you see the room that I record in, you may wonder to yourself what exactly it is that I get up to in here. It sounds quite weird. As well as my YouTube videos that I record, I also do a podcast, a movie-based podcast called Up and At Them. I record it at least once a week, usually a Friday or a Saturday. I gather some news from throughout the week from movies and stuff like that, and I discuss it basically. I used to have a friend that used to come around every week, and we would discuss these things together. I'd write all the news down, he'd come round, I'd throw the news at him, and then we just spitball a discussion. Since he left, I've been doing it on my own, which is a lot harder. It is really difficult to have a conversation with yourself. It's not that difficult. I managed to do it. Probably not to the greatest quality, but I still do it every week anyway. For a while now, I thought to myself, I want to record myself doing it. I want to record the videos to see how that works out, and maybe I can do it every week whilst I'm recording the podcast. I can do the video, so I can put some pictures up and to go along with the audio as well. So this is it. This is the first try, just giving it a go. So I'm going to hit record now and we're going to do this. So cue theme song. Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Up and At Them, your weekly movie podcast. I am your host, Aaron. It's been a pretty quiet week for movie news. There has been some stuff that has been released, but a lot of it I've tried to ignore because it wasn't that interesting. If you're a regular listener to this, you'll know that I don't cover every single aspect of Hollywood each week because there's too much, and again, like I say, some of it is just complete nonsense. Now this week I'm trying something a bit new. I'm recording this as well. I'm filming it, as well as recording it, just so I can throw it up on my YouTube channel, and that way I can kind of do both. It can all coexist. If you are a regular listener and you haven't actually checked out my YouTube channel, it is Aaron Talks Films. Go and check that out right now. But yeah, the same as every week, I'm going to run through a few pieces of news and just give you my general thoughts on them and whether I think they're any good or not. This is just a little behind the curtain. I tend to drink a lot while I'm doing this because when you're talking to yourself for a long period of time, your mouth really dries up. So I have to pause it every now and again just to have a drink. Henry Cavill has been cast as Geralt. It's got to be Geralt. In The Witcher. A thing that I don't really know much about. I know that there's games and stuff surrounding it. There's probably many Witcher fans listening or watching that are just going mad that I don't know anything about it. I'm sorry. I've seen photos of it and stuff, and a lot of cosplays, and it looks amazing. It looks very epic. But yes, he has been cast, and he's going to be an 8-episode fantasy series based on the best-selling book series. I didn't actually know it was based on books before I read this piece of news the other day. That's great. Like I say, there's a big fan base around it. I know that it's something that I've always wanted to kind of get into and learn a little bit more about, but I haven't really had the chance yet. But yeah, that's great. I love Henry Cavill. I actually just started rewatching Man of Steel today. Just randomly, I put on Now TV and it was there, and I thought I'm going to watch that. I got about 10 minutes in and had to turn it off for many other reasons. But I like Henry Cavill, and he actually, other than he looks the part, I think that's a great casting. an Instagram account that should be followed. It's called the guy's called Boss Logic. He is very, very good at Photoshop. He's an amazing artist. He actually a few weeks back photoshopped Henry Cavill's face onto the Geralt character, and it looked absolutely spot on. It looked amazing, and yeah, I mean, just that on its own is great casting. I think it's a great idea, but also the fact that Henry Cavill is a really good actor, and he's going to do really good in this part. I think, like I say, I know nothing about it, so I can just sort of... Sorry, I just got a text message. Sorry, threw me right off. Yeah, I think it's going to be great. Once I actually sort of learn more about this series, you know, not just the books but the games as well. I'm really... It's something that I think I can get excited about. It's going to be really good. I can't remember if I said, but it's coming to Netflix. Great, because then you can just stream them all and watch them all in one go, and it'll be much better viewing in my personal opinion. That's how I like to watch programs. I like to, instead of waiting week after week after week just to catch up, I like to just watch them all in one go. Ryan Reynolds and Michael Bay are reportedly working on a Thundercats movie. Now this is good and bad, because Michael Bay is not the greatest director. He's good, you know, I say he's not the greatest director. He's had a lot of hits. He's really good at what he does, but what he does is not necessarily the best. Transformers, he ran that series into the ground, and he kind of ruined it. You know, I wasn't a big Transformers fan anyway, but after watching those movies, I can see why most people aren't anymore. He's great at big action set pieces and all that kind of stuff. It's actually paining me just to talk about it, but you know, he's not the best director out there, I don't believe. But maybe for this kind of thing, he is. I mean, he did kind of okay with the Ninja Turtles movies as well. Yeah, I'm not too keen on the director choice, but Ryan Reynolds is great. I'm a big fan of Ryan Reynolds. He is funny and he is great in everything. Even when the movies aren't that great, he really puts his all in, and he's a great actor. He's just so funny and likable, and like I say, even in the bad movies that he's in, he's just so charismatic that you can't help but enjoy the movies to an extent. So that's good. I don't really remember much about Thundercats. I remember watching it as a kid and enjoying it, but I don't really remember much. Maybe it's something I should go back to. Maybe I should go back and watch the old cartoons, or is that not a good idea? Does it hold up? Let me know. Does it hold up? I wanna go back to it. I just want to know whether it's worth my time. But yeah, either way, we'll see what happens there. It's a good idea. Anything can be good. Michael Bay, like I say, he's more miss than hits, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's Michael Bay is working on a secret project for Netflix, and now the rumours are that it is the Thundercats movie. So we'll see what happens. Oh, just quickly before I forget, I didn't actually write this down, but rest in peace to Burt Reynolds. I can't believe he died the other day. He's amazing. He's one of those actors that you don't think would ever die, and it was really weird to hear that news. I don't like to linger on these kinds of news stories too much, because it's just sad news. I don't really like to discuss it too much, so I'm just going to stick with that. Rest in peace, Burt Reynolds. You was a great actor, and you will be missed. On to some more sad and bad news. Olivia Munn is in the new Shane Black Predator movie. She actually complained to Fox about the scene that she was in with a certain actor. She complained about the actor in question, and that scene was subsequently pulled from the movie a day or two before its release. Yes, the actor in question, his name is Stephen Wilder Striegel. Apparently about 10 years ago he was charged on sex offences with a minor. I don't really want to get too much into the details. Again, it's one of those things that I don't really like to talk too much about. But yeah, he's one of Shane Black's friends, and yeah, 10 years ago he was charged with these offences. And Shane Black, as far as I'm aware, he knows, but he kind of wants to give someone a second chance. You know, we spoke about a second chance on this podcast before. I can't say everyone deserves a second chance. Some people don't, especially with an offence like this. But yeah, once she found out about his past, she complained to higher ups, and that scene was pulled. Rightly so, in my eyes. But again, I don't want to go too much into detail because it's not really something I want to put my thoughts on, because it's not really my expertise. It's just a news story that broke yesterday, and it was quite big, and I thought I would just share it because that's what this podcast is all about, sharing movie news. So yeah, let's move on from the downer stuff. I'm sorry I brought them all up. Avengers 4 has had some set photos released. They look like set photos. They look great. Fine. There's some of I'm going to have to do this by memory because my laptop does not let me open more than one window, and I'm using my phone to film this, so I've got no way of getting onto Google. Yeah, there's some of Chris Evans just walking along in a shirt. Looks fine. Looks like Captain America. What's her name? Scarlett Johansson, sorry, as Black Widow in a shop window. That's fine. Paul Rudd walking along with a script. Again, fine. Yeah, that wasn't really worth bringing it up, was it? But yeah, they're actually currently doing reshoots on Avengers 4. As we know, all movies set aside periods of time to do reshoots just to pick up, make scenes a little bit better. Maybe something wasn't quite right and they need to extend the narrative, so they have to do reshoots. It's all normal. Sometimes it works out bad. I'm looking at you, Fantastic Four. Sometimes it's fine. It works out better. The other one from Avengers 4 was Jeremy Renner actually tweeted a photo of himself. It's just him, in his dressing room trailer, I suppose. So he's going to be in Avengers 4. We all kind of knew that. Most people weren't really sure whether he was going to be Hawkeye or Ronin. From the look of him and the set photos that were released last year for Avengers 3, he looks more like Ronin than he does Hawkeye. So it's looking more than likely like it's going to be Ronin. Some of the things that kind of got brought up to question was the hashtags that he used. One of the hashtags he used was Widow ? Some people just assume Black Widow, but if that was the case, why not do hashtag Black Widow? The other theory at the moment is that his family did not survive the snap from Thanos. So that could mean that he is now technically a widow, or would it be widower? Who knows? Maybe he's just out for revenge because his family died during a snap. That's a theory that everyone's going with at the moment, and that's probably the more likely one. It'll be interesting to see how that pans out in the movie. I cannot wait for Avengers 4. It's going to be... it's just going to be great. I cannot wait for that. And hopefully they do release it earlier like is rumoured, and they release it in March. Although that's when Captain Marvel comes out, so that's unlikely. Maybe they will. Who knows? Maybe beginning of March, Captain Marvel, and the end of March, Avengers 4. That would be great. That'd be a good month. Speaking of Captain Marvel, Brie Larson tweeted out on Tuesday that she tweeted Entertainment Weekly and said, basically, how about tomorrow we break the internet? EW tweeted back saying, that's a good idea, we'll see you at lunchtime. Now this hit the internet and everyone went mad, assuming that they was going to release a trailer for Captain Marvel. I was very excited. I was all ready on Wednesday to come home and record a video on the trailer, and they did not release a trailer. They released set photos, which is fine. It's, it's great. It's nice to have that kind of just behind the scenes look, but I was quite disappointed that it was not a trailer. But we can't all get everything that we want in life, unfortunately. It did give me the evening off though, and I didn't have to come sit in this room and watch a trailer. So I was kind of happy and sad at the same time. That's quite weird, but yeah. I was. They are going to release a trailer. Marvel have said that they're going to release a trailer this month. No one knows what trailer it is, but they will be releasing one. So it's got to be Captain Marvel. But yeah, these set photos, they look fine. They look great. The makeup looks really good. Ben Mendelsohn as one of the Skrulls. I can't remember his name. Talon or Talos or something along those lines. I can't remember exactly. Again, I cannot Google it, unfortunately. But yeah, it looks great. I'm really looking forward to that. I don't really know a lot about Captain Marvel, but the closer it gets to this movie being released, my excitement just gets bigger and bigger, because she's obviously going to be a big part of Avengers 4. She was a big part of Avengers 3 Infinity War. Spoiler alert, in that post-credit scene. But yeah, I'm very, very excited. I cannot wait for next year. It's going to be absolutely huge for comic book movies. At the tail end of this year, we get Aquaman, and then next year it's going to be just mind-blowing with the amount of movies that we're going to get. I really cannot wait. But yeah, that's the end of the episode for this week. Again, if you want to check this video out that I'm actually recording, so I just got another text on my phone. I should have turned all notifications off. Yeah, if you want to check out that video that I'm actually recording right now, it's going to be on my YouTube channel, Aaron Talks Films. If you want to contact me in any way, I do have Instagram, that is Aaron Talks Films. Twitter is Aaron Talks Films, and I also have a Facebook page called Up and At Them, which I don't really use that much. I should really get back into posting stuff on there, but it's hard to kind of keep across several different social medias. I'm not the best at it, unless someone wants to join up and, you know, run my Facebook page for me. That'd be interesting. That'd be quite fun. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this episode, feel free to give a comment down below. Thank you for listening. I'll speak to you next week. Goodbye. Press stop. Okay, so yeah, so that's a little behind the scenes look at what I do. Again, it's not the longest podcast in the world, but it's very difficult to carry on talking to yourself for a extended period of time. I normally drink a lot more, but I was very aware that I was filming this as well as recording. But yeah, what did you think? Did you enjoy my podcast? You should go and check it out. I normally link it. I'll try and do that. But it is here. It is on the Podbean app, and it is also on Spotify. Again, please feel free to check it out. If you like this video and you thought it was fun seeing what, you know, behind the scenes, give me a like, give me a subscribe, and even comment down below. Thanks for watching.